Hey guys, I'm Eric, and I thought it would be interesting to have a snapshot in time of what my dev setup currently looks like. So here it is. So my laptop that I use is the M1 MacBook, the 256 gig version. I also have a PC, but I tend not to use that. I tend to just use the laptop because I like it more and it's all set up nice. Okay, so for coding, I have Brave. So yep, there it is, Brave. And I have some extensions, the main extension that I use, so Tezbar, which is my own extension, Bitwarden for passwords, Vimium, which I tend not to use, but I have it there anyways, and then video speed controller because apparently I can't watch a video on 1x speed. And I also have the Zotero extension as well to use with Zotero. Okay, and for the text editor, I'm currently using NeoVim with these plugins, and these plugins with the X next to them are the ones that I am not too sure about or might end up replacing. Okay, and then I also sometimes use VS Code, uh, mostly for data science stuff if I end up doing that. But I probably should be using Cursor for that. And then also use Bruno as well for the API client. Next is I have I use Caribbean Elements and I set up a HyperKey app launcher. So pretty much if I do caps A, for example, it will take me to Brave, Hyper 1, Alacrity, and all of these other ones. Yes, things to note, I use Legcore instead of Discord. I have item here, or item 2, but I never end up using it because I always just use Alacrity instead. Text, I do use text, but it's a bit, I don't know how I feel about it. It doesn't sync that well, and it's kind of annoying. I use Google Calendar, and I made it with Multi, which is another app. I have Todoist here, but I don't use it because I end up using NeoVim. So where is it? Here, Todoist.nvim instead. Spark. So this is the email client that I use. I'm not going to open it. Obsidian. So yeah, I have Obsidian as well. And this is what I use to take notes normally if I do take notes. And I just have two pretty basic plugins. So the Git plugin and then the BIM RC support plugin. And I use Claude as well. So Claude is W. Okay, Instagram. So caps backtick or hyper backtick. So yeah, Flow. So I don't really use Flow. It's a Pomodoro timer. Then VS Code is Hyper 2. Zotero, which is the citation management. So that's Hyper P. And then Slack, which I also won't open, is Hyper Z. Okay, and then just some miscellaneous things. So I have Dropshelf. So Dropshelf. Okay, so I also use Espanso. Espanso lets you just type less pretty much. I only have two commands bound. That's .cl, which turns to console log, and also .wr, which is warm regards. Also use Raycast, and yes, I know Raycast is HyperKey, but I'm using Caribbean anyways. So Raycast, I mostly use the clipboard manager and the floating notes. I also sometimes use tape to do recordings, but not at the moment. At the moment, I'm using OBS, and I also use Rectangle as well to do this kind of thing. Yep, that is it. Thanks.